You know what this is with Democrats right now? It's like a bunch of high school kids, and they're sitting in the room, and they're not cool. They're losers, and they don't know what's popular, and so they're just going like, "Oh, I love that new band." And then the cool kids are like, "That band sucks." Like, yeah, it sucks. I've always hated that band. So when you look at how these media personalities are now reacting, all of a sudden they're waking up to what's going on. It's because they saw the popular vote count.
Yep.
I will add to this. Did you guys know that Hillary Clinton never won the popular vote?
Oh, really?
Well, the Democrats are arguing Trump didn't win the popular vote because he's dipped below 50%. And I'm like, that's funny. Hillary Clinton had 48.2. So Hillary Clinton, they claimed on the popular vote by 3 million for nearly 10 years. And now they're claiming Trump didn't because he's slightly below 50%. He's actually at 50%. But hate to break it to you, he won the popular vote.
Yeah, that's just. I was talking to a friend of mine. That's just semantic cope.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, at what point do we stop? At what point are we like, okay, you know what? These are the results. We're not going to keep counting. You'll get California still to this day. How many weeks after the election, still counting ballots in California?
That's ridiculous.
They count faster in India.
Yeah, that's totally ridiculous.
1 billion people there. It's wild.
And in China.
China, yeah.
They count much faster.
Yeah, they do. And another thing is like the
She is just like, I counted it. That's for me.
It was 99% for some reason.
The state of Florida made massive changes after 2000 when there was the whole hanging chads, etc. And since then they have had no issues with counting their ballots. They finished counting the ballots 2 hours and 45 minutes after the polls closed in Florida. And they've offered help to any state that wants. Any state, they're like, we will show you, come take a look at how we do our stuff. You're more than welcome. You don't have to do the exact same thing. You know, the things are going to be different from state to state, and maybe there's conditions that are different in your state than ours, but we'll come and help you out. And no one's taking them up on their offer, particularly the states like California that are still counting ballots. And the reason is because they don't want to actually count ballots quickly and accurately. They want that fuzziness. They want that squishiness because then they can cheat.
How many?
I pulled up India's election system, and it's like, date of counting votes, 4th of June. They get 1 day for 984 million votes.
Yeah,
but you see,
I'm gonna keep fact checking this because I'm sure someone's gonna be like, no, Tim, you don't understand. It's like, okay, fine, let me read about it. But
there's that one race in California right now where all of a sudden the seat is looking like it's going to flip. Now all of a sudden, thousands of votes difference. This congressional seat in California, and they keep counting the votes, and they're counting like a total of like 180 a day. And I'm like, what are you doing all day?
They're busy.
You can only count 180 ballots a day. Somebody in the chat needs to do the math for me here.
India counts all of its votes, which is 968 million eligible voters. So let's see, they say 642 million voters participated. It took them 1 day. 1 day.
Yeah.
All right. So congratulations, America. We have fallen behind India.
It is a choice. It is not something that's impossible to do. It is a policy choice by Democrat states, because you don't see this kind of stuff happening in red states. But it's an actual policy choice.
They say that, we have to do it. We have to take this long to count. We can only count 120 ballots a day because democracy. And it's like, and so somebody like Ron DeSantis, he's like, okay, we're an open book down here. Come and audit the elections in Florida. We do it in 1 day and we get it right. You guys have no complaints down here.
Exactly.
Come and look at it.
Exactly.
Why can't you replicate our system?
Guys,
Because it's a choice. Because they don't want to be accurate and quick. They don't want to be efficient. They like the squishiness. That's the only option.
Also, they know that most of the eyes are off of it after the main election, right? So after the presidential election, it gives them time for leeway for congressional seats, for the Senate, all of those things that are just as important. If we're coming right down to it, who controls the House, who controls the Senate, that's very important. But with half of the scrutiny that goes on during the presidential election.
Absolutely. And that's why these soon-to-be prisoners up there in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, thought they could get away with it by trying to flip that Senate seat back Democrat from Bob Casey. And hell, I mean, they were egregious about it. I'm sure you guys talked about it on the show. They were openly saying that they were going to violate the law.
You see, she walked that back though. She got scared.
Of course she did.
Because go on camera and admit to violating election laws.
No, and I don't know if you saw that the
federal
hearing.
Election laws.
Yeah, the hearing that Scott Presler went and spoke about. He spoke at that hearing afterward and said, "I'm going to take your seat from you. I'm going to move here, and I'm going to run for your seat."
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.